Today, I'm going to show you the earliest detection of a toilet tank leak.
Earliest? What do you mean by earliest?
Earliest, when you find out a leak, maybe it's every hour leak a little bit, you hear the noise, that flashing. Usually, the process is very gradual. Problem originally, every 2 days you have one leak, but between the 2 days every leak into 2 hours per leak, it maybe takes 6 months, but during that 6 months you were not aware you have a leak. So that's why I want to show you the easiest way to detect an earlier leak. The idea is very simple. You stop the water inlet either by turning the water supply valve off, but I don't like to do that because a lot of time when you turn it off, turn it open again, it may leak from here. So what I like to do is to prop this up. See, when this is propped up, the water stopped. So the idea is very simple. Once the water stopped, you wait for a day to see whether the water level would drop. So that's a very easy way to detect. But because there are 3 different places that can leak, you have to do maybe multiple tests to eliminate the one doesn't and then focus on the one that actually leak. The most likely leak is from between the flapper and its space. That's one. But there are other possibilities, the base and the tank itself. I'm going to design the set of tests to pinpoint exactly the location.
Okay, so we were hearing noises that suggest something was not right with the, one or more toilets. Kept hearing noises going off and on as if it were flushing part way. We weren't quite sure.
When you are not sure and it's very slow, when we come here, it's not leaking. The first test you should do is I prop this to be higher. There will be no water flowing into the tank. That's the first test. A few hours later, this water level dropped, meaning there's a leak. This is the first test when water is shut off and there's a leak. And now we're going to do the second test. Second test, I'm going to drop a weight. This is just a rock. I will drop right on top of the flapper. See, the flapper. And then wait a few hours and come observe the result of the second test. A few hours later, there's still no leak. So we have done 2 tests. One is no weight, and the second one is we add a rock as a weight. So the result is the second test with the weight, there's no leak. So what does it really tell you? It definitely tells you there's a problem with the flapper. Okay, so how do you resolve the problem for the flapper? You can either replace it, which we'll be showing you later, or you put some weight. Let's summarize and look at the test. Beginning when we have a water supply valve on, there's a leaking. And then when you first test, turn the water supply off. If there's no leak, then it's not going to be the flapper problem. You should check the refill valve and overflow. But in this particular case, we have both water supply off. And this test is without weight, and this test is with weight. With weight, when the leak stopped, then for sure you have a flapper leak problem. Of course, the flapper is the most common leak. You could have other leaks, for example, the water too high leak to the overflow, leak here on the fuel valve. I'm not going to discuss all other tests. So anyway, in the next few clips, I'm going to show you how to fix the flapper. Our toilet makes noise every half hour, the sound of refilling the tank. That kind of noise. When I rush to the bathroom and open the tank, I don't see anything abnormal. So what I did, I set up a camera, take a video for half hour, so you know exactly what is happening. The time video showed that originally the water level is this, and then after a while the water level went down. You see the flapper, the black flapper. If I lift this, the flapper would let the water go. See, I take this flapper off. You examine the flapper. On this side, you see it's pretty flat, but on one side, here, you see there's a little bit disfigured. After many years, this is a rubber got hardened. Not just disfigured, but material is hardened. The new one is pretty soft. This is a Home Depot flapper. I'm going to take it out before you replace and see how it can be done. So the new flapper doesn't come with a floaty. So I'm going to just take the floaty off from this. I can move the floaty to the new one. And then on each side I put the stopper. Okay. See, you just need to latch this on this side and on both sides and put the float, and you test like this. See whether when you lift the lever, whether the flapper can disengage. Okay, I have installed the new flapper, and let's have a test. See, the flapper will go down automatically and seal this. In order to make this seal very well, and this has to be on the center, so the way I adjust center is I have my hand underneath to feel the both sides to be symmetrical. On this particular surface has to be soft. If this is hardened, it doesn't seal well. One temporary solution is use some Vaseline, apply Vaseline on here. You can seal temporarily, but remember Vaseline and rubber don't go very well. So this is just temporary solution, or it doesn't shut closely very tight. You can have some weight applied to it. For example, apply a washer. There's a washer on here. The chain is on the side. You can use a rubber band to tie the washer like this with a weight. So this is a wine bottle cap. I'm just using the screwdriver, take the insert out, put some coin in, a number of coin, and I have a rubber band on the groove. You can have this coin, you can adjust the coin for the weight and tie it like this.